So yung estimated value ng donation is 10 million.
10 million.
Okay. Ano yung sir? Ano yung inclusions mo?
Everything, all in
even
the batteries, the solar panels, 134 solar panels, 60 batteries, the mountings, the wiring,
okay,
and then the labor from the solar engineers, the development costs, and then even our own development fees, the financing of the money for it. So it's all in.
Including the software, sir?
The software. The software is the inverter for now, no? Wala pa yung software that actually allows us to aggregate. Kasi if we do that, it has to be done in the mainland. But here, where the concept is the German concept that they started, from rooftops, you can actually distribute power all over the community. So here, from the 3 rooftops, we're able to distribute power to 329 households of the entire island.
So hindi pa sir yung i-aggregate and then you will sell it to the grid?
Hindi pa. That's the next step.
The next step, okay.
But it shows that the concept is the same.
Pwede.
Kasi here, if there was a sampling cable, we can sell it to the vessel. Diba? It's safe off-grid siya. Para naging microgrid siya.
So how will you distribute the power? Meron na bang
using the lines of Boheco 1. That's why Boheco was here.
There's an existing line distribution network. There's an existing
line. Yes. That's the beauty of it. Na you can use existing line for the genset in the evening. To use it for the same highway for the solar energy to pass and hit each and every household connected to the grid.
So wala namang problema doon with yung sa NPC?
Wala. That's why they're here. So they were committed to hybrid as they cannot afford to have daytime power because the cost is borne by taxpayers. Well, all of us. Okay. For example, the true cost for the NPC in the evening is about 18 pesos per kilowatt. What they're paying here is about 8 pesos. The 10 pesos is subsidy by the taxpayers, by all of us. Okay. In our bills, it comes out as universal charge. Here, solar energy, our donation, there's no more subsidy. It's true cost. Yes. So 8 pesos, they say they pay 8 pesos, but the 8 pesos is not mandatory for them. The community decided, let us use that as a trust fund for the expansion of the system.
Okay.
And then as a seed capital for livelihood. For example, for the desalination plant, they need 22 kilowatt hours more energy. Then they can take it from the trust fund. So it becomes a catalyst for transformation of the community using the contributions of the people from the solar panel.
Sir, how much output will these 39
kilowatt peak enough to power 329 households with 140 watts at any given time.
How long is that?
For 8 hours from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that will be the start of how to increase it, expand it, using the trust fund contribution that they have.
Okay. Sir, curious lang ako. Kasi sir, di ba itong mga gantong klaseng project, it should be government initiative. Have you even considered i-alok sa mga higher government?
Yes, actually we have to convince them by showing to them a proof of concept. So it's just easy to say, yes, we can do that. But if you can actually show to them, we have done that. In fact, we have donated that. In fact, it's unusual for a startup company like us to start our business with a donation. Usually the companies, the startups,
kumita muna.
Or the companies na kumita na, CSR lang nila.
Yes.
What do you call that concept? Corporate?
For me it's corporate, tawag ko CSI, Corporate Social Incarnation. Na yung corporate niya, socially, nagiging buhay sa tao. Kaya social incarnate. Kasi yung parang naging dama ka ng komunidad. And that's what we've done here in Pamilacan. Damang-dama kami ng komunidad. Nakita mo naman, you saw how the trainers that we had trained volunteers from Pamilacan to become certified solar installers. So they have new jobs. They did all of these things for 4 weeks, and now they are trained to do our projects in the mainland in Bohol. That's why I call them OPWs, Overseas Pamilacan Workers, because they can now go out of the Pamilacan and have jobs and come back here.
But we have projects now in the mainland.
We will have like Amarela,
Okay.
we'll have Aloda Citadel, we will work with Baclayon Municipal Hall.
Okay.
Congressman Aris wants lahat ng municipal halls of the entire second district ayun ng goal eh. Sabi niya, let's put in all the municipal halls. You know, so we're working with different businesses, the Panglao Chamber of Commerce, the Bohol Chamber of Commerce, the BAR, yung Bohol Association of Resorts, Restaurants, and Hotels, to be the customers. And some of them went here. The ones from Alona Citadel, the owner of South Pam, Atty, came here. So they can see, they brought the engineers to see. So, but they see it, wow, it could be done. So they can do it now in the mainland more easily.
So sir, after the installation, ano na yung magiging plano for Pamilacan?
For Pamilacan, it will be a continuation of kasi the one thing good about solar panels, the solar power, is almost zero maintenance. There are no moving parts. Unlike the genset or the plants, there are a lot of moving parts. Here, the only problem is the dust.
Okay.
But it rains, the inclination of the panels washes the dust out. So there's no really maintenance. The only maintenance is after 4 years, you have to replace the battery. And that will come from the contribution of the people. So it's sustainable for 25 years.
What's the participation of Habitat for Humanity?
They were the ones who helped us with the social preparation. Because very essential for these kinds of projects is the ownership of the people. So we did values formation, technology IEC campaign. We did, so Habitat helped us go from house to house, do the baseline, do economic indicators. So we make sure that the impact of the solar power energy is actually felt by the people. Or I was saying, incarnate ba? Yung parang ang Diyos nagpakatao dahil sa using His Son, di ba? Nadama natin yon. Ito naman yung corporate na malalaking tao, di ba? Nag-immerse sa Pamilacan for 2 months, became incarnate here. And then, ito yung naging resulta. You have solar power, Kahayag sa Pamilacan. It brings light not only to Pamilacan, but entire Bohol. As you saw from the DOE NPC, there are 282 off-grid islands of span of NPC. Sabi ng DOE, no sir, 1,000 pa yan na islands. Pamilacan is the first that we're doing this. So we can do more using Pamilacan as a template.
Sir, these panels were manufactured where?
These panels were manufactured in China.
China, okay.
But it's tier 1. So it's really parang AAA batteries, no?
Okay.
I mean, panels and batteries. So the batteries, both battery, ginagamit nila sila of all the mga tangkin ng mga Chinese. Really, the military hardware, they powered by batteries like this, no? So it's very sturdy and very, very good. Our WeGen is agnostic. Wala kaming kinikiligan whatever panels or batteries coming from. As long as they are efficient, they're cost effective, and they are really technologically innovative. So class upper state of the art. What we bring in terms of the German technology is the software.
Software.
That we're able to aggregate all of this and then dispatch this at any time, anywhere, to anyone. And that we want to prove in Bohol. But we wanted to show that kaya namin to put up panels and batteries in less than 4 weeks.
Sir, if there will be an individual or private na companies na would like to participate or makipag-partner sa inyo, are you open with that?
Yes. Actually, we're agnostic nga eh. We're agnostic kung sino yung mag-install pa rin. Everybody can install, but nobody can aggregate. We're the only company in the world that has a software in Germany. Aggregate is parang you can actually collect all the excess power from all the rooftops. Parang Uber.
Yes.
You can throw the car anywhere, anytime, based on an app. Kami naman, based on a software developed over the last 20 years in Germany, you can collect the excess power, let's say, in 1,000 rooftops, aggregate them, and store them in a battery, and using artificial intelligence, dispatch that battery, depending upon the price in the market, sa WSM or sa Boheco 1, Boheco 2. So, that's part of parang the new energy world, na ang tawag namin dyan, 4Ds, decarbonization, because you're no carbon, decentralization, because not anymore centralized in one plant, digitalization because it's software. And number 4, which is more important for me, in democratization of energy. We actually democratize energy from the usual big owners, the conglomerates who own energy and get rich from it. Yeah. Now it's down to the masses, the grassroots, the poor.
So curious lang ako, bakit yung orientation ng ng panels na ganito? Di ba dapat mas maganda kung the sun rises from the east?
No, because dapat south-oriented. Kasi ang south orientation, when the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, the entire day, the panel can absorb the sun. Ray. Unlike east, you only absorb it in the morning.
In the morning lang.
Kung west naman oriented yung solar panels mo, you only absorb it after the sun.
Okay.
Pero pag south, you absorb it the entire day. So that's why we're working with architects, developers to orient the new houses facing the south to make it solar prepared.
Are these disaster proof?
Yes, I mean, the panels are meant to withstand 250 kilometers per hour wind.
Okay.
It's category 5, no? And we reinforce the rooftop with additional purlins and then beam to make it more sturdy. So,
Sir, yung Yolanda 250, 90.
So, I mean, once in a lifetime mangyari yun, di ba? So, for us, the technology is coming very fast. There's a new solar panel coming out very soon.
Mas sturdy.
You can actually roll it like an linoleum.
Okay.
Pag bagyo,
flexible.
You can roll it, store it, and then after the bagyo, you can bring it back. So the technology is really moving up very fast. And that's one being bought by Ayala in California. They will roll out this year. So, and the weight is 1/3 lesser.
The cost.
The cost of the weight.
Okay.
So what's the future plan for Bohol? Like they were offering some off-grid islands in Bohol.
Yeah, we will like to work with them. For us, kasi the off-grids are the ones who need it the most. So unlike others who would like to start in the urban where there's most money, for us, we don't need big margins. What we need is that we can make people have access to energy as quickly as possible. And you can only show that when people see you've done it already. That's why we had to donate it. So that in 2 months, in less than a month, people can say, kaya nila, galing nila. At hindi lang yung galing nila, hanap kasama yung mga tao. The social impact is more important for us. Kasi anybody naman can install it. But few people can actually have the heart na gawin niya community-centric yung approach mo sa energy. Which is, for me, more essential than panels and batteries, the people talaga. So the sense of ownership is very important. So the program, nakita mo yung participation ng tao. Even the MCs are Pamilacan students. Talagang I want to show to the people, the youth, and make sure that this works.
Sir, ano lang ulit. Pa-explain lang ulit, sir. Why Bohol?
Yeah.
And ano yung naging process nito sa pagpili sa Bohol?
Bohol for me is close to the Filipino people.
Are you from Bohol?
No, but I've been coming here for 30 years. As I come from the seminary, and I have classmates like Congressman Fernando Pagos, who were with me in the seminary. When they get ordained, I come here. So in the 80s pa, I used to come here already. And I saw Bohol, one of the 20 poorest provinces in the country. And I see the NPA communist insurgency here. And for me, it's really high time for Bohol to rise up. And Bohol is really, in a way, for me, very strategic because it could be the climate change mitigation capital in the country because of it has experienced the trauma of earthquake. It has experienced the trauma of the Yolanda. It did not hit Bohol, but it hit Leyte, but they lost power because their powers was coming from Leyte. So, and ecotourism is their DNA. Why would you put up a coal power plant here at a fossil fuel-based plant that would destroy the ecotourism of the island? So they're desperate for clean energy based in the island. So our role in WeGen is to offer them an option. Boheco 1, Boheco 2, Bedags, Boholite, this is an option. Why accept a coal power plant or why accept a dirty fuel plant that will destroy the environment of Bohol? When in fact you can actually have clean energy that's not only clean but it involves the grassroots, the people. Diba? So it democratizes energy. So anything happens to any part of Bohol, the rooftops are all over Bohol. So you disperse the risks. Whereas if you have one coal plant in Ubay or in Carmen or wherever, anything happens to Carmen, the entire Bohol goes back to the same problem that you had after Yolanda.
Question. I understand you're ahead of schedule now.
Yes, we're ahead of schedule. In fact, we were supposed to do this last week of May. But we were working so hard that even this May 18, May 11 pa lang, we were able to already deliver power because the school had its first alumni homecoming. And then, fiesta ng 15. Bumagsak na yung buhay ko one genset because in-upgrade nila. We were able to power during the fiesta. So we worked day and night here with the people, with their support to do this thing. So it really worked for me because the people, we call them the Pamilacan heroes. Did it.
Sir, as compared to other alternative sources of energy, yung renewable din, no? For example, hydro or wind, how solar?
The upfront cost of hydro, to develop a hydropower, minimum mo yan 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
And then $2.5 million per megawatt.
Okay.
You know?
Wind is also
Wind,
expensive.
same thing, expensive. No? So for me, solar is not only easy to install, but is zero maintenance.
Okay.
So, and then it can involve the people. Because, for example, in WeGen, we're going forward with a commission, for example, we call them the clean energy brokers. If you give me a rooftop, and we're able to put their panels, we give you a commission. So you create a new economy. You create a job for the solar installers. You create brokers for clean energy, and you create more money for the economy because each household now, for example, in Bohol, ICM, HNU, BQ, all the other resorts, they have extra income because the power that they consume, that they pay for is so high. If they have savings from that, the savings can be used to hire more people, to reinvest that money for more business, or for the homeowner, for food, for education, for health, rather than paying for high electricity bills na could be not only high expensive but could be easily disaster vulnerable because of the risk of the poles, the lines going down during a typhoon. So that's the problem with centralized power plants. But here we're giving Bohol an option na is community-based, is grassroots-driven, then the money stays in Bohol with Boholanos. And that's why we created a company called WeGen Bohol, headed by General Sarge Gansa. We will have a team here based in Bohol that will serve the customers of Bohol and the islands of Bohol.
After Bohol, sir, what's next? For
No, we're actually
WeGen?
concurrently we're developing Bicol. On Monday I'm going to Limasawa Island for Southern Leyte. Then we're doing Cagayan de Oro. Then we're doing Sargen, General Santos, no? So and then we're doing Bataan. We're doing Metro Manila. But for us, I want to focus on the off-grid islands first, you know, because that's where the need is most, and the cost of power is 2 to 3 times higher than what we pay in the urban centers.
Are you working with those guys putting up solar farms? The likes of yung anak ni Senator Ligarda?
I'm not enthusiastic about solar farms. Why? Because the land is tied down for 25 years. You know, for panels, when you can use that land for housing, for agriculture, why would you use that land if you have rooftops available already?
Okay, you'd rather use rooftop.
Because they are sunk costs already. So the rooftop become like carabaos that earn money for the people. So, and besides, the heat of the sun is absorbed by the solar panels. It cools the house. You have less need for electric fans and air condition. And then you make the rooftop more sturdy because you connect the panels to the beam and sandwiches the roof, corrugated roof, iron rooftop, the roofing. So it becomes more sturdy rather than putting tires on top of the rooftop.
So the projects you mentioned are mostly government. Meron kayo ng mga individual households? Meron?
Yes, we're working on that. In fact, in Manila, we have Xavierville, Merville. My own home, I have a 12 kilowatt system in my house. I used to pay 30,000. Now I'm only paying 10,000 temeral ko.
Okay.
We're doing yung churches.
Church.
You know, we did already the CBCP late in the council building beside the Pamilacan Cathedral. You know, we're doing Poveda, hopefully. So we're doing Ateneo, hopefully. You know, so we're talking to the Ateneo president, you know, Father Jet. You know, we're doing with Father Joel Tabora of Tabao. So we're doing a lot of not only of businesses or government, but really homeowners like Camela Homes or Habitat for Humanity homes. We could, like in Oro, we're aggregating 240 rooftops of Habitat homes and aggregating 1.6 megawatts that we will sell to Moresco 1 so they don't have to run diesel plant in the evening for peak power. That's part of the distributed power plant that we're doing. You know.
Sir, last, matagal na tong solar panels na to, di ba? Why do you think until now, hindi pa rin ganun ka-open
Widely used and widespread.
ang tao?
Because people don't see an emotional connection to them.
Why is that?
Because if you only think about savings, okay, you know, savings is upfront cost that I have savings. But people don't see a personal relationship with it. So it's like for a lot of people it's an appliance that does not have connection with them. So that's why the WeGen, the Gen is to make people feel we're a family. You know, we are interconnected. We can share with each other power. Because if you, like for example, where I live in Green Meadows, my excess power I can share with a poor family. Diba? So I don't need to have excess for myself. I can use the excess, my revenue for the excess, to buy panels for a poor family across Libis.
Akala ko doon sa kapitbahay, mayayaman lang doon eh.
Across Libis, diba? Because Bagong Bayan is by China Wall of C5 to the rich one of the Valle Verde, Corinthian, and the Green Meadows. No? But we can bridge that using energy as the platform. So energy becomes a bridge. You know how to pitch it and sell it and put the vision forward. And when people feel connected to that, like, you know, ice bucket challenge, diba? This is energy excess challenge. Diba? Then people will feel it. Diba? So it's the lack of emotion, the lack of connectivity, the bond. And then we're creating this emotional bond. The way the people, you know, that see the participation in the community, people are proud to be WeGen. Diba? So we create more WeGeners. You know, in fact, yung Meralcoville, Bearville yun, di ba? Meralcoville ang tawag yan noon di ba? We want to make them WeGenville. So that's part of our desire to make a WeGen movement. Now, we are the ones who generate, not the Suwal power plant, not the Pagbilao, not the big power plants, you know, not the Botas. You know, it's the people rooftops generating. So from consumer, you become prosumer. Producing and consuming power at the same time. Okay?
Okay. Salamat, sir.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you, sir.